Some of you are super skilled, you're anointed, you're talented, you're gifted, and in fact, you're so much that people admire the kind of person that you are, but still it feels like you're stuck. It feels like things are not really moving the way you want them to move. And then you keep asking yourself, asking God, when will the open doors come? When will the breakthrough come? But here's the thing. The breakthrough already came. The open doors already came. Some of you even got the invitation. Some of you walked into rooms that you know that your gifts took you there. But you walked into those rooms with patterns that are not befitting for that room. And those patterns slammed the door right behind you. In today's video, I will be talking to you about your gifts, your patterns, and how to solve them. So I'm not just going to be sharing with you information, but confrontation. If you stay with me till the end of this video, you will not just be aware of the patterns that are holding you back, that are keeping you stuck, but you will also be rewriting them. So let's start here. Your gifts. You know, some of you have that special ability to light up the room when you walk into it. Some of you, have the ability to think. The kind of ideas that you bring are strategies that feels direct from heaven. Some of you have the ability to bring out solutions when every other person is seeing problem. Some of you know the right things to say when people are hurting. Some of you know how to show up in a way that seems almost impossible to other people. And these are special gifts. They may not come with mics, they may not be public, but they move things. They are big gifts that move things. And the moment you begin to steward your gifts, people begin to notice, doors begin to open, and absolutely, tables begin to expand just to make space for you. And for some of you, you've gotten that open doors. Some of you have gotten opportunities that you never felt you were actually ready for. Some of you have walked into rooms that others have dreamt of. Some of you have literally, you've gotten chosen, elevated, and that was your gift at work. That was literally something about you saying, we need her in this room. But here's the part that we don't talk about. Your gift can get you into rooms, but only your growth will keep you in such rooms. Now, you walked into that relationship, that platform, that promotion with fire, but suddenly you started shrinking. You started second-guessing yourself. You started over-apologizing. You started saying yes to the things that you hated, performing so hard, started getting burnt out, all because you're trying to prove that you belong into the room that your gifts already earned you. Now, let me tell you, that is called patterns. And do you know what that pattern does? That pattern makes you want to hide when the spotlight comes. That pattern wants to make you leave when you should fully show up. That pattern will constantly tell you that success is unsafe, that love should be earned, that visibility equals attack. It does a lot of things to your head. And because of that, you begin to sabotage, you begin to delay, you begin to ghost, overthink, overcompensate. See, you can even go to the extent of punishing yourself just because you feel chosen. It's not because you're ungrateful. It's not because you're lazy. Habits and patterns are formed from pains, past experiences, traumas, and all sorts of things. Luckily, your gift has made a new room, but you see those habits and those patterns, they have to find an exit. And the good news is that patterns and habits are learned, meaning that you can also unlearn them. Here is where the shift happens. And for you to be able to find an exit for these patterns, for these habits that constantly slam the door behind you when you walk into the rooms that you deserve, start by naming it. The truth is, you will not be able to confront the thing you can't even name. So what is that pattern? What is that habit? Is it fear, comparison? Is it delay? Is it procrastination? Name it. You don't have to judge it. The moment you're able to name it, you will be able to confront it. You have to first know what it is. What is that pattern that constantly keeps popping up and showing up in your life? If you're able to name it, you can confront it. Then you go ahead and trace the roots. You need to be able to, say, when exactly did this start? How did it start? What exactly were you hiding from? Abandonment, shame, failure? Trace the roots of the habit that is constantly slamming the door behind you. Trace the roots of the patterns that keeps popping up even when it is against your will. Trace the roots. That way, you would have higher hand of dealing with it, the habit that is constantly slamming the door behind you. Trace the roots of the patterns that keeps popping up even when it is against your will. Trace the roots. That way, you would have higher hand of dealing with it. The very next thing you need to do after tracing the roots of your habits is to create a new habit. Now, I mean a new tiny discipline that contradicts the old one. Whatever your pattern is, whatever habit it is that has stuck to you for the longest, it might be silence. You have to create a new habit of speaking up even when your voice shakes. It might be delay. You have to create the new habit of setting reminders and even having to do things just right before your fear starts speaking. That very moment, whatever pattern it is that you're exhibiting, you need to create a new one that contradicts it, because you have to find something to do. If not, you would consistently, do the old patterns. Now, you can do all these things, but still find yourself repeating patterns and habits. And that's where the importance of creating an accountability system comes in. The honest truth is, it is easy to say, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this discipline in place. I'm going to do this and that, and still find yourself repeating the same thing. But if you're able to build around yourself an accountability system, a group of people that are passionate about you, about your purpose, about the rooms that you walk into, about your fulfillment, growth does not happen in isolation. Ensure that you have people that can constantly remind you of the disciplines that you've put in place, the people that can constantly tell you the importance of this new habit and why it matters to your life and to your destiny. Ensure that you have accountability partners, systems that can always remind you that it is important that you practice this new habits that you've set to yourself that contradict the old ones that constantly push you out of the rooms that your gift has placed you. Accountability system is so important. Let me remind you that if you don't deal with this habit, if you don't deal with this pattern, it is just a matter of time before it tunes down the gifts that you have, before it pushes you out of those rooms that you deserve. Work on them. Don't overlook these things. Don't think that they are little. They can be little, but they are little foxes that can spoil the entire vine. So work on them before they push you out. Your gifts can put you in rooms, but growth is the only thing that can keep you in that room. If you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel, again, I'm wondering why. Maybe you don't like self-development. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. But go ahead and click the subscribe button turn on your notification so that you're notified every time I post a video on this channel. Thank you and see you in my next video.